The new arrangement is a very interesting one. I think it would be important to start with the old one, because the old one will give you a very good genesis of why we're here. So the old one was a situation where the oil marketing companies in Uganda would buy from other dealers or oil marketing companies that are out of this country. So what used to happen was, let's imagine you have a refinery, and that refinery has a company that supports its operations to sell to a dealer or an oil marketing company. Then that first oil marketing company would then sell to another one, and usually they would be Kenyan, and the Kenyan one would sell to another Kenyan company, and then the other Kenyan company would finally sell to a Ugandan oil marketing company, which also would end up selling to other smaller Ugandan petrol stations or petrol or fuel dealers. What we're doing now is, as a country, UNOC and Vito as a partner are working with different entities in the different parts of the world, especially the Middle East, to bring in product directly to the Ugandan oil marketing company. So you can see you have cut out about 3 steps or 3 middlemen to bring it to the Ugandan middleman. The Ugandan oil marketing company. So that's a good thing, and that's what we're having now as the new arrangement. Imagine you're trying to buy a product and you have several middlemen in between. Each middleman will want to take a piece of the cake, right? So that means that at the end of the day, your price is usually higher. What's happening now is that we are working with the oil marketing companies, number one, to make sure that they're buying from us. And once they buy from us, it goes on to the end user. You, for instance, if you need to fuel your car, if you need to fuel your boda, if you need to fuel whatever mode of transportation you're trying to fuel, it is at a great price. Because we are able to bring it in as a country, and UNOC is bringing it in as for the country, we can store what we call buffer stocks in the ginger storage terminal. That's number one. Meaning that at all times, we have, as a country, the required amount of fuel for us to run efficiently. But also, there's no disruption in the prices because the supply is constant. And the beauty about this as well is that we're using several routes to bring it in. So at all times, the country is fully stocked. So meaning that the security reserves for the country are in place at all times. But most important of all, we can get to enjoy the benefits of this fuel at a great price, because what we are doing as a company is to give it to the oil marketing companies in what we call or for what we call a competitive price. And by the way, this is for all oil marketing companies. It doesn't matter whether you are Shell or Vivo or Total or Gulf or Oilcom or Starbucks. All of them are getting at the same price to support or supply the customer. The craziest prices in Uganda right now are about 5,100 and coming down. And in some stations that we have seen, thanks to them, it's below 5,000, 4,900 something. If you again convert that times 35, or rather divided by 35, you will notice that we are 171 shillings, meaning that we are 10 Kenya shillings lower than Kenya. And by the way, think about it. We have a longer distance to bring in this fuel all the way from Mombasa or from Dar es Salaam. We have costs incurred in passing it through the Kenya Pipeline Company. We have costs incurred through the transportation, but also remember that the fuel companies need also to get some little money or markup on that because of their operational costs. But also, most interestingly, in this year's budget, we had 100 shillings added on to our fuel products. So again, with all of those factors, we are still low. The beautiful thing about this is that Ugandans can now fully rely on the fact that we at all times will support them with enough product. We are going to be building the Kampala storage terminal. It is over 300 liters of product, a product that's going to be stored there. That is so huge in terms of what we need at all times for the country. Over 300 million liters, okay? So that's about, that can serve this country in terms of, so pretty much almost a month. If you think about our daily consumption, we consume 7 million liters of diesel, petrol, kerosene, all combined, every day, 7 million. Now, if you think about it and divide that, that means that with Ginger Storage Terminal, which is a 30 million liter terminal, and the one that we're going to set up in Kampala, the future is great. We are in a safe place. The challenge that we have really had is trying to really make Ugandans understand that this is a good story. Anyone would get a little bit worried because it's something new.